and welcome back to July's Flows and the theme of purpose. Today we are in our 40-minute flow and our sub-theme is softening into purpose. We're working on cultivating this sense of openness, vulnerability, releasing the grasp, the gripping, so that we can be where we are and feel into what really feels purposeful for us. And often that takes a softening, it takes a vulnerability. So we have a really fluid, soft flow. We're going to begin kneeling. So you could sit maybe a cushion under your heels and kneel back on that if that's better, or you could have a cushion in between your thighs, something really comfortable and supportive. If kneeling isn't good for you, then any seat is fine. Placing your hands down on your lap with your palms facing up and close down your eyes. Let's take some slightly deeper breaths to invite ourselves into this new space. Maybe exhaling out through your mouth. Letting something go softly, no forcing. Maybe your shoulders drop slightly. Maybe your jaw releases. There's a softening through your body. Invitation to set an intention as we open our practice here. Set an intention for something that feels meaningful for you, but allow it not to be about grasping. Perhaps it is just the intention of softening into your experience, to feel into your purpose, your why, that's unique to you. And then releasing that and coming up, we're going to bring our hands forward in front of us. Walk your knees slightly further back. We're going to come into a puppy dog, an open heart. So bringing either forehead or chest and chin down to the earth. Forehead is probably appropriate unless you have really open shoulders. And so your hips are stacked above your knees, so it's not a child's pose. You're then allowing your chest to start coming down towards the earth. You're stretching your shoulders and heart space moves towards ground. You're opening up through your heart. And maybe not taking the deepest expression of this pose for you. We're just starting our practice. We're just opening now. And opening in a puppy dog is encouraging our heart space to gently open. Letting our heart space know that we're going to be working through that area and gently softening open into our chest through back bends, through open hearts, and allowing some vulnerability, going gently. A couple more breaths in your puppy dog. Coming up from that puppy dog and rolling forward onto your stomach. Gently, softly, with each transition, with each movement in this flow. Lowering front body down to the earth. Hands come either side of your chest. Hands come wider than the mat, maybe you're on your fingertips. And we take 3 cobras, maybe starting low and then moving a little higher. Let them be with your breath. Engaging glutes. Opening heart. One more in your own time, your own way. Front body comes all the way down to the earth. Hands under shoulders. Push back into a child's pose. Take a breath in your child's pose. And then tuck toes and encourage seat up to sky for a downward facing dog.
Once you arrive in this downward dog, can you ask your body, what would it like from it? What could be really nice for it? Maybe it's a really soft knee so that you can make space through your spine. Maybe it's some gentle movement from side to side. How can you make this downward dog an offering to your body? And then looking to the front of your mat and taking some little tiptoes to get to the front of your mat until your feet meet your hands. A soft knee could be really lovely here. And then we fold over our legs and let your hands just gently reach the back of your calves, or your thighs, or your ankles, and drop down here. A bent knee could mean that your chest could just really soften onto your thighs, and you can receive that support. In order to be soft, in order to be vulnerable, we have to support ourselves. We have to make it safe for ourselves. And in all of these big poses and deep stretches, by forcing our body into the pose, we're not going to get it. We'll injure ourselves or our muscles will tense up. But by gently inviting ourselves into it with breath, our bodies will eventually open up and respond. One more breath in your forward fold, luxuriating in it. And then we'll slowly roll up through our spines, taking it really, really slowly, as many breaths as you need to get there. Eventually hands will come up overhead and right hand will catch left wrist and left foot steps behind right, and we take a really yummy side stretch over to the right. Breath here, hip points encouraged forward, and then come back round and take it to the other side. Left hand takes right wrist, right foot behind left, up and out, side stretch. Come back to the center. Place your hands on your lower belly, maybe one hand on your heart actually, and one hand on your belly, or anywhere that you're drawn to, and close down your eyes. Connecting to your breath, connecting to your intention, your why, your purpose for being here today. And then release that, hands to your side. Inhale, look up, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, hands down, step your right foot back and lower your back knee. Inhale, arms reach forward and up to the sky. Exhale, sinking hips down, Anjaneyasana. Hands frame your left foot, step left foot back to meet your right, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward into your plank, lowering your knees, your chest down to the earth, we vinyasa. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Sweep right leg up to the sky, step right foot in between your hands, and rise up into a high lunge. Exhale, drop hips, cactus arms, open heart. Inhale, step to the front of the mat, hands to the earth, left foot meets right, we fold. Halfway lift, look forward, and then we fold again. Inhale, arms reach up, look up, that was half a salutation. Exhale, hands through heart center, Samasthiti. We'll take the other half now. Inhale, arms reach up, look up. Exhale, folding over your legs. Halfway lift, look forward. Step your left foot back, lower left knee to the earth. Inhale, arms sweep forward and up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, you sink your hips. Hands frame right foot and you step it back to meet your left, downward facing dog. Inhale, rolling forward into your plank, dropping knees, lowering belly to the earth, vinyasa. Inhale, push into hands, engage glutes, cobra. Tucking toes, hips sweep up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep left foot up to the sky. Left foot steps in between your hands and we rise up into our high lunge. Sinking hips, cactus arms, we slightly open our heart here. Stepping forward, hands to earth, right foot to earth, we fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, rising up, look up, see your hands. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Samastiti, hands to your side. Inhale, arms reach up, look up. Exhale, folding all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, look forwards. Exhale, step back to a downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, your vinyasa of choice. Maybe you drop knees and it's a cat-cow. No need to make it a hardcore vinyasa. We'll all meet back in downward facing dog. And now we find a little stillness, still soft, but still. And we just notice the breath in our body, the subtlety of the way it moves through our body. Beautiful. On your next inhale, float your right leg up to the sky, softly and with intention. Bend through your right knee, don't open your hip, but look towards your hands and come into a plank with this scorpion right leg as though your right foot would touch the back of your head. And then kick right leg back up. Oh, it's hard, that one. Right foot steps outside your right hand. You're coming to your lizard pose. Soften your back knee to the earth. And take your version of lizard. Maybe it's bringing hands up onto bricks or books so you're not so low down. Or maybe it's just gently easing your way down, maybe all the way to your forearms. Breathe here, softly and gently into your inner hip. And can you send love to wherever you feel resistance in your body in this shape? Asking it, inviting it to open rather than forcing it. Tucking your back toes, we start to straighten into our front leg. No problem if it doesn't go fully straight. Just for a minute, we breathe into that right hamstring. And then turn your left shin out to the side and right leg travels down the long edge to the back of your mat. We're in a supported side plank. So weight is in left hand, right hand reaches up. Floating right leg up, stay like that, or bend your right knee and maybe reach towards your right foot. If you catch it, then take bow and kick into right foot, open heart. Maybe you even look to the sky. No problem if you're just reaching out through right foot. No problem if you decide you want to have your right foot on the earth. Soft in your experience, not in these hard expectations. 2 more breaths. Bring your hands round so they come in between your legs and bring your hands out in front of you. And we now take this kind of like puppy dog pose, but with our legs in this position. And we float our chest up and down from the floor and we raise it with our breath so that we're not pushing ourselves down into this open heart, but we're breathing as we lower and raise our chest. And it's a kind of hip opener too, so breathing through this movement. Maybe there's a slightly sticky spot that you stay in. A couple more breaths like this. Bringing your hands back round to the front of the mat. We're in an all fours position. Drop belly, look up, take your cow. Tuck chin to chest, cat. Drop belly into your cow, look up softly with your breath. And then coming back to your downward facing dog. 3 breaths in stillness, or you take a child's, softening into your experience of now so you can be vulnerable enough to see what's meaningful to you and what's just noise, what's just others' expectation. Everyone back to downward facing dog unless you want to stay in child's pose and luxuriate there, no problem. On your next inhale, left foot floats up to the sky. Bend through your knee, come into a plank. It's as though left foot will touch the back of your head, even though that's pretty impossible. But you're softly exploring this tougher shape. And then kick left foot back up to the sky. Left foot comes outside of your left hand. And we take our lizard. Soften your right knee to the earth. Softly in your lizard, you breathe, you're here. How does it feel? What does your body need here? Do you need soft movement or do you need stillness? Ask your body what it needs and give your body what it needs. Not what your mind thinks it should need. Tuck your back toe and start to slightly straighten that left leg. No problem if it doesn't go fully straight. Taking a breath lovingly into your left hamstring. And then bringing your right shin out to the side as left leg comes long. We come into that supported side plank. Right hand is on the earth. Left leg floats up. Maybe you bend left knee and maybe you reach for left foot. If you catch it, then kick into left foot and encourage chest towards sky. You're in your bow, half bow, I'm not sure. Or maybe left foot is on the earth and you're breathing. How does this side feel compared to the other side? And then your hands come in between your legs and we come into that puppy dog shape again. You could find stillness if you prefer it, or you can kind of float your chest up and down from the earth with your breath, exploring how this feels in your body. This flow is less about strict alignment and more about the felt experience. Hands come back round so you're in this all fours position. And you just simply lower your belly and come into a cow, look up. Exhale with your breath, cat. Tuck your chin to your chest. Lower belly, look forward, cow. Tuck your toes, exhale it back to your downward facing dog, really lovely. Stay like this or 3 spinal ripples where you'd inhale into plank, tuck chin into chest. And then exhale, look forward and soften knees and skim hips back up to the sky. 2 more like that if you want, or stay still. On your next inhale, float right leg up to the sky. This time bend through your knee and open into your inner hip. That's a nicer version. Breathe here. Right knee comes to nose and you look forward and you softly step right foot in between your hands. Rise yourself up to a high lunge. Exhale, cactus your arms again and allow your hips to soften forward. You're in your high lunge. Inhale, come out of it, arms come up. Exhale, dip hips down, soften elbows, open heart. Another one like that. Inhale, arms come up in your own way, straightening into right leg, and then bend down into your high lunge. This time, allow your left hand to come down the back of your left
leg. And right arm reaches up and over, and we slightly reverse this high lunge. Soft through your neck, open through your heart. Ground your back heel and open out into a warrior two. Strong in your warrior two, reaching out through both arms, bending into right knee. And then reach forward with right hand and let left hand go down left leg as you reverse your warrior two. Can you soften into this reverse? Keeping your feet the same, right hand comes down to the floor in between your legs, and your left hand comes up to the sky, and we're in this weird, twisted warrior two leg position. Take a breath here. Exhale. Hands travel around to frame your right foot. Sweep right foot up and back and open into your right hip. Stay like this or step your right foot all the way over for a wild thing. If you're coming into wild thing, then encourage your hips up. Open your chest. And then come back round. We'll all meet in a downward facing dog. Take it through a vinyasa, or stay in downward dog, or rest in child's pose. It's impossible for us to connect to our authentic sense of purpose, why, and meaning if we're constantly striving. There needs to be rest. There needs to be a release so that we can hear ourselves. We can hear our bodies. We can hear the wisdom. We'll all meet in downward dog if you're not already there. On your next inhale, float left leg up to the sky. Bend through your left knee and open into your hip. Breathe here. Left knee comes to nose, and you step left foot really gently and gracefully in between your hands. Rise your body up to a high lunge. Arms reach up. And then you cactus arms out and your hips sink forward. A few like before, so we straighten into right left leg. Arms come up, and then we exhale, we bend down, cactus arms, open heart. Your own way with your breath, inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhaling, exhaling. Her right hand travels down the back of your right leg softly, gently, and left arm reaches up and over, and you reverse. You reverse your high lunge. Ground your right heel, open out into your warrior two, strong legs as you reach your arms out. And then left arm reaches forward and back. You reverse your warrior two. Right hand comes down the back leg. Breathing deeply into your left side. Soft neck. Soft jaw, soft face. It's this beautiful combination, this pose of like strength and foundations in your legs. And then soft opening higher up. Okay, left hand comes down for this twist. I really like this twist, even though I don't know if it's a pose. Right arm reaches up and out. You still have your warrior two legs. One more breath like this. And then hands travel to frame your left foot. Stepping left foot back into a three-legged dog. Stay there, or you have the option to flip your dog and take it into a wild thing. And if you take it into a wild thing, encouraging hips up, chest open. Whenever you're ready, we'll meet back in downward facing dog, where you have the option to take a vinyasa or to stay in downward facing dog. And then everyone inhaling forward into plank
And lowering down onto your belly, you can lower your knees first, no problem. All the way down to your belly. Bend up your knees and reach your hands behind you. No need to clasp your feet. We're going to inhale and kick our feet by engaging our glutes up and reach back with our hands, but we're not holding our feet, so it's hard and you don't go very far. Breathe here, engaging glutes, hamstrings. One more breath like this. And then let your front body come down to earth and rest here. Maybe make a pillow for your hands. We're going to take that again, either the same version or this time bending up your knees and reaching for your feet with your hands and then kicking into your hands with your feet. You come into bow pose. So we did a half bow pose earlier and now the option for full. Or you're working your hamstrings and you're not holding your feet. Wherever you are, 2 more breaths. On your next exhale, lower yourself down to the earth. Make a pillow for your forehead and rest. Pushing yourself back into a child's pose. Just for a moment, we're going to meet back in downward facing dog. Inhaling in through your nose. Big sigh out through your mouth. Another one like that. Let's take another one. That felt really good. Maybe shake your face a bit. On your next inhale, right foot floats up to the sky. Bend through your knee and open into your hip. Right foot comes outside right hand. We come to that lizard pose. This time lowering back knee and bending up your back knee and then reaching right arm round, and maybe you hold your foot or maybe you're just reaching towards it. If you have your foot, can you kind of lean back into that bind so chest opens to sky. Soft breath. Coming back round to center, come off your back knee and travel to the back of your mat for skandasana. So left toes turn out, right leg is long, left hand comes down and maybe right arm reaches up and out. You don't have to be so low down, you could be higher up, no problem. Open heart skandasana. You can stay here or you can play with wrapping left arm around your left leg and maybe right hand meets left and you catch the bind if your shoulders are really open. Otherwise, left hand to earth, right arm up. Make it spacious, make it airy. Air is the element associated with open heart flow. It's our lungs. We want to be able to breathe fluidly. And then encouraging your seat down to the earth, still a bent left knee. And then let your left knee drop out to the side and bring your body over your left bent leg. And then lean back towards your right elbow inside your right leg and left arm reaches up and over. We side stretch here. You can play with reaching for your foot if you would like, but there's no need. Maybe it's just a side stretch. Maybe left hand holds the back of your head and you can just let it rest. Floating yourself up and just let yourself fold down in between your legs. Maybe you don't go very far and it's like that. Maybe you go a bit further. Wherever you are, just folding down, taking a breath here. And exhale. Lovely.
Coming back round to center, bringing your knees up, we take a moment in Navasana, boat pose. And then crossing your knees, we come back through to downward dog, maybe through a vinyasa, your choice. You can jump back if you would like. Take it in your way.
Once back in your downward facing dog, everyone once again rolling forward onto your belly, so into a plank. Maybe this time you don't lower your knees, you just lower your body slowly down to the earth. This time bringing your hands into a sphinx, so forearms on the earth and your elbows are under your shoulders and your hands are flat down. Stay like this if this is enough, or pressing into your hands, we come into a seal. We start to straighten into our arms, and your hands might be slightly wider than the mat. That can also be nice. If this is too much on your lower back, come back down to your elbows. Otherwise, we breathe here. If you want some strength at this point, keep your forearms down, tuck your toes, and walk into your dolphin. So you're breathing in your sphinx or your seal, or you're coming up into dolphin, pushing through your elbows, and then playing with bringing the weight forward onto your toes in dolphin and back. Wherever you are, prioritize your breath. If you're still in dolphin, you might want to come out now. Everybody else pushing back through a child's pose will meet back in downward facing dog. Okay, really lovely. Let's take the other side, floating your left leg up to the sky. Bend through your left knee and open into your hip. Left foot steps forward, outside left hand, and right knee softens to the earth. Bend up your right knee and left arm reaches backwards and reaches for your foot. If you have the bind, lean back into it. Otherwise, just reaching towards your foot is perfect. Breathing here. I'm not sure if you can hear the thunderstorm that has just started in the background. It's a very hot, sticky, humid day in London, and now there's a storm. Lovely. Left hand releases your foot if you had it. Tuck back toes and make your way to Skandasana at the back of your mat. Right toes turn out, left leg is long. Right hand comes down, left hand reaches up and out. You have the option, of course, to play with the bind again. If you're going to take the bind, really get your shoulder down so that your right arm can wrap around, and then left hand can reach for right, and then you get your hands and you extend your chest out. If that is just like never going to happen, you can also just play with wherever your hands are. Or, my favorite is to keep it open, to keep the breath fluid, and to breathe with your arms open. One more breath. Lower your seat down to the earth. Let your right knee drop out to the ground. And encourage your chest over your right leg. Then drop left ear towards left foot as left hand comes inside left foot and right arm reaches up and over, and we side bend to the left. Maybe let your head rest in your right hand. And if your breathing suddenly becomes stagnant, or it sticks, or it stops, then back off a little bit. Let that be your teacher. Come back up to center and allow yourself to just fold down over that leg. Whew. Really lovely. This time, bringing right foot round to meet left. We're now with both legs out long in front of us in a Paschimottanasana, reaching your arms up to the sky, folding over your legs. Paschimottanasana, hands can come to your knees, your shins, your feet, wherever they land, tucking chin to chest and breathing down into this forward fold. allowing yourself to absorb this fold. It's really nice and grounding after a lot of heart opening. You could even release any effort now, release the feet being active, release the reaching, and just flop and let it be more like a yin caterpillar. And let your exhales be long. Let your exhales be long and ground you. Softly encouraging yourself down. We're going to bring our back body to the earth. Slowly do that. Arriving down with your back body in the mat. Ask yourself, what would I like? There's an invitation to close with a back bend. You can either take a bridge or a wheel if you know what you're doing, or maybe a happy baby is really nice. Maybe you want to take a twist or anything else. Or maybe you're ready for Shavasana and you'd like a long Shavasana and you're going to prioritize rest and come to that now. I'm going to guide you through the bridge. So if you're taking a bridge, allow your feet to come in, your knees are bent, and your fingertips just gently brush your heels. Engage your glutes and encourage them up. So your hips start to rise, and then maybe you tuck shoulders under you, and maybe even clasp hands underneath you. And once you've done that, really encouraging glutes, but softening belly. So you're not pushing belly up to get higher. Your belly is soft, and you're engaging glutes. And your chest is open, and you're breathing. 3 more breaths in that bridge. Bringing yourself down, bringing yourself out of any other pose that you were in. If you did just take a back bend, then maybe bringing knees into chest and just massaging lower back might be nice before we close. And whenever you're ready, let's take our Shavasana. So our pose to integrate all of this softness, all of this beautiful work is now. So prioritize it. Make it just as important as any other pose. Legs come out long. Hands can either be by your side or sometimes I like to place them on my belly. Take a deep breath in and sigh out. Another one like that. Let your body know the work is done. Closing your eyes, Shavasana. Take a slightly deeper breath to just bring yourself out of this. Bring your knees up and into your chest. And hug your knees into your chest and receive your own embrace. And then rolling over onto one side, maybe right side, and stay cocooned in that fetal position, eyes shut. No rush, we will gently eventually meet in a seated position, keeping your eyes shut,
arrive in your seat and placing your hands on your lap, palms facing up. Taking a minute to just reflect on your practice, your experience, the felt experience. A moment to acknowledge yourself here. Perhaps there's an intention to take off that you could bring into your day, a softness, a vulnerability, to be in your purpose, to be in your unique purpose. Bringing hands to your heart, we'll bow our head to our heart, and we will close there. Thank you so much.